So that game film that you guys watched so far?
Well, we've been looking at it pretty much independently, just us as players, and we have some time to look at it. And from what we've seen, they're a lot like the same team. We're gonna get their best shot, and we know that we've got two receivers to really take care of, and obviously we got the best quarterback in the nation right now behind the ball. So, we're gonna have to look at our game from last year to learn off the mistakes that we made, and we also got to see what they've done this year to know how to adjust to the little things that they've done differently this year.
What do you have to change? I mean, you guys were exposed a little bit in that game last year and gave up some big plays. How do you prevent that this time around?
Well, what we got to do is just make sure that we stay on top of the deep routes. I mean, they really love to stretch downfield. They're a pro-style offense, so they'll pound the ball and then they'll just hit us with a deep play action, or they'll come out, just spread the field out with four wides and come at us that way. They got a good tight end over there that he can really block, and he can also release, make a lot of good catches on the ball as well. So we've got a lot of people to key in on. We just got to make sure that we stay on all of our keys, make sure that we're watching everybody at all times.
Epho and Terrence were saying confidence is a big thing that's different for them, just not being freshmen anymore. What's the biggest difference you feel in this secondary specifically that's different than last year that will prove to be a different result?
I think that confidence is definitely a thing that helps with us, because we're confident in our own ability, but we're also confident within each other. So we know that everybody has each other's backs. We always know what we're doing. We know who that we need to look out for. And we also know that the corners will handle everything underneath. The safeties, we can play over the top and help them. We're going to really need to work together to stop these receivers.
Avery talked about being wary of the play action pass. How do you guys defend that?
Well, play action pass, I mean, it works well for those who always look in the backfield. And for us, we need to make sure that we stay reading our keys, because the only way we can really get fooled on play action is if we're not doing what we're supposed to at all times. We have to have focus on every single play of every single minute during that game.
Ricky talked about shutting down their run game would help you guys back there on play action pass. How does that work?
Well, as well as our D-line and our linebackers have been playing this year, we really need them to step up this week and just make sure that they stop the run for us. And with them doing so, they can really help us just worry about covering the receivers. And I know throughout the year, the D-line and linebackers, they've really just handled all the run plays for us, and they might need our help this time, but we really just need them to go ahead and keep playing the way that they've been playing. Let us worry about everything over the top.
You learn more from watching the Arizona film, or more from watching you guys play from last year when you guys played them?
Well, I think we'll learn more from seeing ourselves play, because that's us on the field. Seeing how Arizona played, that will help us get some keys as to how they handle it, and maybe if what they've done was different from what we did last year. But we still need to make sure that we look at ourselves and see what we did wrong, because we're going to be playing the same defense against the same offense. So if we can see our little mistakes that we made there, then that'll definitely help us improve.
Other than hearing that Trojans fight song, and we see it on the schedule, we wouldn't make no talking to you guys that it is USC week. Is it really continue to be the same all the time? That you're not viewing this any different, that it's Coliseum, it's USC, it's a huge game?
Yeah, it's a really huge game, and you have to approach a huge game as it is. You can't downplay the situation. But this is also the week that we are involved with USC, and the way that we've always approached it was we have to approach every opponent every week like that's our Super Bowl. And this just happens to be a really big game. It's been hyped all season, and it's finally here. But we couldn't focus on them throughout the whole season, or we wouldn't be where we are. So now it's time to focus on them, and they definitely have our attention. They always have, but now it's time to give them our full attention.
And